As promised, here's tonight's video. It is about 25 past 9. I'm mobile recording again. You was going to have it on a laptop webcam upgraded, but the laptop I'm using is probably older than you, and given the fact that it records for about a minute and a half, I don't think it's any good. But if I continue to do these videos, obviously I'll hook up a webcam and things like that. I'm not going to go down the lines of graphics, fancy decals and things like that, because this is for your information. It's for little or else. About my videos going forward, they will be on my channel as well, and I will probably be sending to Stuart Biomarvel, one of the admins that I've been talking to about this quite closely, which incidentally, he has a YouTube channel, and on it, I did notice the other day, he's got one on replacing thermal paste. It saves me doing it. It's a really professional video, definitely worth having a look. So I'm here today to talk to you about modified controllers. Modified controllers in the sense of visual, decal, and obviously then moving up to the legendary scuff. I'm again really sorry about mobile video, and I really had thought of trying to do this one better today. So modified controllers, in a sense, for me personally, there's four sorts of modified controller. You've got obviously you've got your decals and your sticker based. You've got your what Stuart really referred to as shortcut keys, which we'll get into the scuffs in a bit. Then obviously you can customize anything on a PlayStation 4 controller now, including there are fully modified controllers that do things like rapid fire and auto aim, auto hold breath, auto sniping. Really good for really good for FPSs. Again, sorry for the ums and ahs. I'm thinking quick because I planned to do this a lot earlier and I didn't want to let you down. So anyway, standard PS4 controller. Excuse them upside down there, and my lad's dinosaur. Standard PS4 controller, you know, I rock all the time these thumb grips. He says the reason why I rock them is for the simple fact they protect your sticks, because even though it's a new galvanized rubber on PlayStation 4 controllers, they've got this nice little lip which does tend to break after time. This controller's been with me since day one. Again, only a vinyl decal on there, nothing special. They look good. My gamer name obviously JW55. L2 and R2 I rock what's called trigger treads. Again, I'm not endorsing. Do they make a difference? They're comfortable. Do they improve my game or anything? I wouldn't say so. The glue does tend to wear off after a couple of months unless you put your own glue on. So that's covered. The thumb treads. Thumb treads I use, I find it very difficult now to play without. Obviously you can get concave and dome. That's all down to personal preference. It's entirely up to you. Quick chat about, I'm going to put my scuff in view here, but a quick chat about Master Mods controllers. Now again, I don't endorse Master Mods UK. There's several different sorts of modifying companies out there now. You only have to go on Google to get like 100. Master Mods UK was the second behind a company called OPEX or Opal's controllers, and I got control off them and it was incredibly terrible. I never bothered with them again. Master Mod UK is still going. Now his controllers are like a scuff but a cheaper version. So what his controllers can do is you can buy what he's got as a PS4 Fusion controller, in which case he's got obviously a coloured plastic back, different coloured back, and he has shortcut buttons, as again Stuart referred to. I never thought of referring to shortcut keys on a pad, but he's got buttons on the back that you can set to any buttons that you want. And then obviously you've got on his controllers, you've got auto hold breath, auto aim, auto run, quick scope setups and things like that. So predominantly for FPS players. FPS players are the ones that tend to go for the modified controllers with the software triggers and things like that, because that extra time does make a difference. Okay, so going into, that's a bit about Master Mods UK. Would I recommend them? Let's see. Master Mods UK, that controller I had for 11 months. I sent it back twice before selling it. Each time he spoke to me about it, I said I wasn't happy with it. A couple of times I felt the controller was slow and sluggish. I don't know whether that's because of the built-in modifications. But he repaired it and returned it straight away and never charged me for the repairs. And one of the repairs was after 7 months. So that was really good. In terms of other accessories and things you can buy, I've had a go with this Venom. I think it's called a Venom or an Orb, which you can change. So you've got an L2 trigger sitting here and an R2 trigger sitting here and things. For me, that was just awful. It felt so wrong. Seriously, like really fucking wrong. In terms of thumbsticks, yeah, buy these. They're not going to hurt your game. They don't slip. Even the pound ones off of eBay, they're really decent. In terms of these trigger treads and things, these nice little grips, you see I've got these sexy grey ones on there because I tried their new ones. Yeah, they're alright, they're decent. Glue don't last, as I said. Okay, my famous scuff controller. Not famous, just bloody expensive. So, this is the scuff controller. Now, one thing I'm going to try and show you, which is going to be stupidly difficult, let me think of how to do this, is I want to try and show you firstly is, let me just get rid of the laptop on there. My missus and my boy. First thing I want to show you is the modification that I've got, which is the sticks. Now, if I sit both pads side by side, you can see that this is my scuff controller on the right. Let me just take that thumb track off. And you can see I've got considerably longer sticks. This scuff controller was a custom built. That's the first thing. Longer sticks give you better accuracy. Again, it's one of the customizations. It's down to your personal preference. Going up to the top, you see I've got these nice little holes in here because I had a controller disc from Scuff, which cost £7. I've took that off because it's rubbish. It's an absolute waste of money. The reason why I went for all black, and the theory behind going all black, is because if you decal it up, yeah, it looks pretty. But for me, it's going to more distract you than anything else, and that's simply it. Stickers, again, I've seen a post today about vinyl wraps and things like that. I don't agree with them. For me, like I say, for you, they might be perfect, but for me, I just think it adds a layer of insulation to something that already gets hot. It shouldn't make a difference. It probably doesn't. Very unlikely, yada, 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 but for me, it's not. Back to my Scuff. So you can see I've got the blacked out buttons here. I paid extra for that just because, for me, all black. Interesting point here. I named this controller Stealth, and I said to Scuff that it's going to be a nice stealth controller. It's black. 3 weeks later, they've released one called the FPS Stealth. So, obviously on here I've gone for the longer sticks. I've got braided Scuff sticks. They changed their sticks for their own harder, better material plastic. And then obviously on the back, I've got these Pro Grips. These, again, if you ever go for a Scuff controller, buy them in black because I'm only now a medium gamer, and these wore down and became so smooth and went to a pink within 5 to 6 months, and I think they're about £13. These are all new ones, which I'll go into in a minute. It's the same controller, but the entire of it's new. May not make a lot of sense in a minute, but it will do in about 30 seconds. And then obviously you've got these nice Scuff trick sticks. Obviously these are non-switchable because if you want to have them so you can change them, they're about £14 I think to have it so you can remap them. I just have it as X and circle as standard. I struggle to play with a normal controller now because I'm so used and retrained to having these as X and circle that I don't tend to touch up here. So we're on 8 minutes. I've got to really start speeding this up, sorry. What else to tell you about it? Well, I've had the rumble sticks removed, so it's a lot like the rumbles inside. So it's a lot lighter than this. For me now, this feels heavy. This is extremely light. For me, it's more comfortable. Everything else about the pad is fantastic for me, and I love using it. But this controller is 14 months. In 14 months, I've had 2 repairs done on this. No, 15 months, I've had 2 repairs done on it. This controller outright cost me £135 as a custom build. The repairs I've had done on it are, once I sent it back because I found that the pad was slow, unresponsive for whatever reason. It felt like internet lag, but I knew it wasn't. It went back that they decided that I needed, and this X button on the back, sorry, the first one was this X button, it stopped clicking. They said I needed a new Scuff board, they billed me for that, and I paid a total, including postage and packaging, of £30 for it to be repaired. Then 4 months later I sent it back because the left stick stopped running. Again, that was another £45. So this controller's cost over £200. The question is, does it make my gaming better? My opinion, yes it does. It makes me a little bit quicker. Obviously, there's no taking your fingers off of buttons anymore to aim and shoot and jump because it's so simple. It's automatic now. I hit it with the back fingers. It sits very comfortable. Is it worth the money? I don't know. That's up to you. Am I happy with what I paid for it? Yeah. Am I a bit disappointed in the repairs aspect of it? Yes. I think that Scuff bought a load of the first generation controllers that had this issue with the left stick and stopped running. But that's, again, conspiracy theory. As a first person shooter, I would recommend these. Again, I'm not endorsed by Scuff. The Master Mods controllers are good. You can get fully modified things on them. You can have a real laugh, but the buttons on the back are very incredibly tiny, tiny little white buttons. Going through very quickly any other accessories because I've just seen we're touching 11 minutes. Again, going forward, these videos will be more edited. They'll be a lot more professional, but they'll be proper camera shot if I decide to do them. I'm going to try and work a lot closer with Stuart. He's going to get the videos sent to him, and he might want to do something with them going forward for PS4 for the matures, and then the unedited version will always be uploaded to my channel. And that's essentially it. All the other mods out there, these silicon plastic things that you can get to go over controllers, absolutely fucking awful. Don't bother with them because within 3 weeks they're moving, they're sliding. You can't turn your stick properly because the plastic's catching here. I took scissors round one to try and make it better all the way around here, and I ended up just ripping it off. I didn't bother with them. So anyway, that's the unedited version. I'm very, very sorry. It's on mobile again, and I'm sorry it's so late. So anyway, see you next time. JW55 for PlayStation 4 for the matures. By the way, just so you know, if you've got any issues or problems with this video, I am not an admin, and the admins do not endorse me. They support what I'm trying to do, but they don't. My views are my own and no one else's. So thanks very much. Again, I hope the next video is a bit shorter for you and a bit better. Good night.